Good evening, my dear people. I want to continue my lecture series on Obanje series. Last time I did volume 1, today is volume 2. And what I'm going to focus today on volume 2 is ezenwanyi concept. Ezenwanyi is a concept in Igbo land. It's a spiritual cultural concept whereby a woman is dedicated to the goddess of the river all the days of her life. I want to focus really on these modern ezenwanyis, all those people who show themselves on social media claiming to be ezenwanyi. I want to categorically say that none of them is ezenwanyi. There can be any other thing, but not ezenwanyi. None of them, because none possesses the quality and the criteria of ezenwanyi. For you to become ezenwanyi in Igbo land, it's a spiritual giving. You don't choose it. You are chosen for it from birth. And if you do not abide by it, you begin to see the repercussions. That is Igbo belief and the Igbo tradition. There are 7 things and 7 criteria that ezenwanyi must possess if you must be ezenwanyi. Number 1 is this: whoever is an ezenwanyi is naturally born with dreadlock. Is a Nazarite, and that dreadlock could be in 3 locks, 7 locks, or 21 locks. Each of those locks, each of them has spiritual meaning. And as a Nazarite, as a dreadlock guy, you do not allow razor or comb to touch your hair till you die. That's number 1. Number 2, an ezenwanyi does not wear footwears. You go barefoot. That's ezenwanyi. The spiritual concept is this: to have contact with the earth, so that whatever you do, you are guided by the principle of justice and the fairness. You are, and you do not do things that are abominable. That's number 2. Number 3, ezenwanyi is a virgin from any time you begin to walk. If you are not, there are many ezenwanyis in Igbo land who do not marry. In fact, many ezenwanyis in Igbo land, they don't marry and they don't conceive. But if you are allowed to marry, you will marry as a virgin. And when you marry, your husband meets you only on a stipulated allowed date. You don't have fun with your husband without approval by the goddess of the river. You do not have anything to do with any other man on earth. But look at these called ezenwanyis we have. You can ask yourself whether any of them is abiding by this. If you are an ezenwanyi, you must be a virgin. If you are allowed to marry, your husband has fun with you only on a stipulated date. That's number 3. Number 4, ezenwanyi, they don't live on modernities, all these modern things. Ezenwanyi naturally does not go by cutting her hair. She does not go by putting up all these modern jewelries. You are guided by the jewelries of our cultural heritage. You don't wear anything that are not cultural. That's number 4. Number 5, each ezenwanyi is attached to a particular river where she builds her altar, where she builds her shrine. You don't stay in Lagos or stay in America or stay in Onitsha or stay in Aba and begin to claim ezenwanyi on Facebook. If you're ezenwanyi, you are attached to a particular river where you have a point of focus, point of contact from where you move. And there must be altar, there must be shrine built where you have contact with the goddess of the river. Number 5 or 6, ezenwanyi, you do not throw live things inside the river. You can only throw a chicken of 3-day-old. Apart from that, you don't throw a full-blown chicken, you don't throw cow, you don't throw goat inside the river. It is desecration of our river and the goddess of the river itself. What do? Many of us who grow up in the village will know that when you come to some rivers, you will see lots of chickens, goats, cows going around. He said, don't touch them, they are sacred, because they are used for sacrifice to the river. So you don't come and look at when you watch what they do online, you see that these people are just content creators. I called all these social hula bulos, those who make noise online, call themselves names and begin to create content, to hoodwink the weak and the gullible who come to them. They are advertising, who come to them for them to get means to it. There are certain things you do not play with in Igbo land. These things are sacred institutions, and Igbos hold them sacrosanct. You do not throw life things, but you see them now. They take full-blown cow and throw inside the river, full-blown chicken throw inside the river. It's also desecration of the animals. And Igbo land, we have sacred respect for animals. So you don't throw them. You don't. Ezenwanyi does not do that. Ezenwanyi throws only 3 day chicken, and the concept of that will be what I will teach you another time, because Igbos respect 3, 4, 7, 21. These are the sacred numbers the Igbos respect, which I will talk to you later. Then Ezenwanyi does not do advertorial. Ezenwanyi does not do adverts. All these adverts they do, they place their numbers, call me, contact me. This shows you that it is money-making things they are into. In Igbo land, they say that Bibe and I are mad, and I ego. If you are Ezenwanyi, you have that power. People look for you. You don't need to campaign. You don't need to go and begin to showcase yourself on social media and begin to insult anyone. Another point, Ezenwanyi in Igbo land is a sacred human being who does not insult people. Who does, because if whatever Ezenwanyi says happens. But when you see all these people, see how they, how to blackmail people, how they insult people, they do Ezenwanyi people. I know that when I was growing up, there are 1 or 2 Ezenwanyi I met. My uncle, my paternal uncle, though he died as a converted to Christianity towards the end of his age, but I stayed with him for many years, and he loved me so much, and he told me a lot of things. And also, I used to go to river. There's a river we have called Iyogwe, where he was doing his rituals and his sacrifice. I learned a lot of things about that. So you do not insult Ezenwanyi people. Their teeth are consecrated. Their tongues, their life is consecrated. They don't even scarcely will you see their body. When you see all these people who some of the things they wear to do the advert, these are sacred bodies. You don't see the body of Ezenwanyi. Even they clothe themselves well. You don't see them. They are sacred people that Igbos revere. So they don't do advertorial. Another thing, Ezenwanyi are people who are so gifted, such that you don't learn it. Nowadays, people go to learn how to taste about divination. You say they will be taught. I have even there's something that they tell you when you throw this, if it comes to this, that is rubbish. Every Ezenwanyi is spiritually gifted. She sees vision. She has powers. You don't go to learn it. That's what they do now. You go and say that Ezenwanyi manage. If you're Ezenwanyi, your behavior, your life, you know that you have powers, and those powers cannot be joked with. You don't learn it. You don't go to a calculate about how to see visions and how to interpret things. No. Ezenwanyi are naturally gifted people with spiritual eyes. When they see you, they see beyond yourself. So Ezenwanyi is not what people toy with. But you see what these modern generations are. Because when I begin to look at those who propagate Omenani Igbo, there are certain things they should begin to talk about. Not fighting Christianity, which they know that they can't fight on earth. No one can fight Christianity and survive. It's not possible. They should just learn that and begin to fight for our ontological cultures that are trampled upon. People should not be messing up with our cultures and our things. People, but they don't talk about those things. So what they do is, once you castigate Christ and castigate Christianity, you are cultural. I want to challenge all these people who claim that they are more cultural traditional than me. Let's go on national television. Let's talk about our culture and tradition. Let's talk about our belief system. I wrote thesis on them. I did research on them. I know them so well. I can beat my chest and say I know about our culture. I know about ROC. I know about culture, traditions, and things. So SNY is a sacred institution that none of these social media people is SNY. What they are is social media content creators. And they know they can't vouch for it. If any of them says she is SNY, I want to challenge that person. If anyone says that she says SNY, none of them is SNY. SNY is a sacred institution that ought to be respected. You don't toy with things. These are the things the Omena people should talk about. They should stop messing our things up. It's like also those who come to merchandise Gibe sheep, the native doctor sheep. These are sacred things in Igbo land. People don't come to mess up. So I want to study